Hello everyone, welcome. Manchester United women hosted Arsenal on the 21st of September 2025 at Leigh Sports Village. It was a highly anticipated match, which is shown by how highly attended this match was. They were the top two teams in the league, and if any of the sides won the match, they'll end up going top of the league with 3 points cushion. So there was something mattering more in the WSL this game week, which was celebrating and remembering former Liverpool manager Matt Beard, who just passed on Saturday night, the night prior to this game. So there was taken a moment of remembrance and the celebration of Matt Beard. Then after the match began. So here is how the teams lined up. United started Fallon, Jansen, Letizia, Sandberg, and Celine Bizet, who came into the place of Jade Riviere. This is possibly the player who surprised me because I didn't know Riviere's injury was that big to miss this match, or it was more of a precaution for her not to get a long-term injury. So we had Miyazawa, Zigiotti, Park, Tu, Rofo, Mallard. So Arsenal had Van Domsela in goal, Catley, Reed, Fox, McCabe, Cardente, Elito, Smith, Blackstenius, Russo, and Ford. So Reed, a teenager who has been playing well in place of injured Williamson, has been a surprise for me. She had an outstanding performance in this game. So Manchester United were tired. They had tired legs from the Champions League midweek game, and so Arsenal were trying to press high, and United were playing from the back because we've seen that they had tired legs. They didn't want to run, wanted to play, but almost on a static position. So that's why Arsenal were not reluctant to press high. It's like United were inviting pressure and they were not ready to go high and direct because the wingers came close to the ball, overloading the midfield. You can see that this region is so overloaded by United players, and this made Fox go to press Sandberg here, but because of the threat of Mallard and Park, McCabe couldn't commit, so they left 3 defenders behind to deal with possibly Lorfo, who could go direct, but not likely at the moment, Mallard and Park. At this point, United were trying to find a way to release Bizet on the wing, because Bizet can run, Bizet can cross, and it ended up happening on the 12th minute due to the best movements of Park, who always came in behind, trying to go to the wing, coming inside, confusing Lito and McCabe. And because also Rolfo was moving and Mallard was moving too, this made Arsenal's midfield confused, and they ended up letting the ball in, and through Park, and that's how Serene Bizet was released on the wing, and on the 12th minute, United managed to create the chance because Park was holding the Arsenal defense, who were just 3 because of high pressing. They managed to hold them into the middle, and Bizet was free on the wing at the end. This created a very, very good chance for United, but they didn't manage to score at the moment. They had almost 1v1 in this situation, and when Manchester United tried to get the ball through to Bizet, they were always McCabe was reluctant to go to Bizet because Bizet could easily play through to Park, and this could become a very big issue. So Arsenal had their players back, but not in time because of the high press, and this is where United had a chance to score, but Malad didn't manage to do so in time. There was a rebound on the ball, there was chaos and everything, and if United managed to score here, maybe the game would be different because of how United had planned to block Arsenal. So this was the scenario that led to United's chance on the 12th minute. So United, on the other hand, was happy to let Arsenal possess the ball. United could just block the midfield and using a 4-4-2 to block Arsenal movements, but they couldn't just go directly to press high. So they could let Arsenal have the ball, but make it hard in the United's half. So it was like a 4-4-2 with Toon and Malad up front, Rolfo, Park, Ziggy and Heaney closing the midfield. So there was a few chances for Arsenal due to this, but Sandberg, who was not going up front but instead inverting into the midfield when United have the ball, was near to her defending position, which made it easy to return and recover in time and made it hard for Smith. There was a time where Smith attempted to attack the space behind Sandberg, but Sandberg was very, very solid. There was time where Fox would go, but also Sandberg was solid. So this was almost the scenario that Arsenal tried to recreate more and more in the first half, and this is what made Sandberg almost the man of the match, because she didn't let anything in from Fox or Smith, especially crosses, because Arsenal likes to attack spaces because they have quality behind. So another highlight of the first half was Kate Reid, who is a teenager, 18 years old. She did do great because Arsenal was pressing high. At times United would get through, but Kate Reid was visionary, and she's powerful against United, who did have legs. For me, there was some sprints that Malad would lose or Toon, and I wouldn't understand in time, but after some time, I got the memo. I found out that Katie Reid was quick, powerful on the ball. She was dispossessing United when United managed to get through the press. So she was a superstar. She played like an adult in this match because pressing high, you need players who are good on one-on-one defending, and this is where Katie Reid was great in the first half. There was moments where she dispossessed Toon, who wanted to go on a counter, or Malad. It was either Toon or Malad because they are the two who were almost playing up front. But again, United's fatigue was visible when they tried to go high. So because they were playing very low, it would make it difficult to play anything more than a counter-attack in order to be effective behind Arsenal's high defensive lines. So there were moments where United had possession in the first half, but instead of choosing to attack directly, they chose to stick to possession, playing backwards, trying to draw, trying to not give Arsenal the ball, just keeping the possession, running the clock down, and this didn't make me happy. You can see here where Toon and Rolfo, instead of playing into the box, trying to find Malad, they're playing 1-2 passes, which is not really United. So probably this was a tactic due to managing the fatigue against a fully fit Arsenal team. So in the first half, there was highlights of Arsenal's chances, what you can call Arsenal's close chances, where on the 45th, 46th minute, Caldente and Ford would at times overload the right side of United and create numerical advantage against Bizet, and this is where they got the chance, but unfortunately Ford failed to convert on what was a clear cut. She had room for a shot due to this missed tackle by Bizet, but she didn't quite manage to get the shot. She went for the near post where most players would go for the far post. Also, there's this save that Tourist Choice did on a well-struck ball by Smith, which was similar to what Arsenal did in their opening match of the season. A shot by Smith, which was saved by Tourist Choice. Again, this was due to loads of corner kicks Arsenal were getting due to playing more in the United half and trying to use Sandberg's side, and Sandberg was not letting anything through. So most of the blocks from that side, most of the blocks that Sandberg made became Arsenal corners, and this time Smith came close. The ball was tipped off to the post by Tourist Choice, but the ref didn't count it as a corner, so it was some luck for United at this point. So the second half was almost the same. So Arsenal had the plan because they have a big bench. They did try to go direct with the players they had to see if it works or not, so that they can go with subs. But every time Blackstenius tried this, Maya Letizier and Dominic Janssen, who were solid, had Blackstenius in control, or sometimes Blackstenius would be offside. It was not long after Arsenal made their first sub. So they took Blackstenius off for Manum, Smith off for Kelly, and McCabe for Taylor Hines. So at this point, so they wanted to overload United's box and try to press high so that United can turn over balls. So we can see here on the 67th minute where Friedemann got a chance to shoot because they were pressing now high, taking risks, putting everybody up front, so that United, who were not ready to go direct, would turn over the ball and make it easy for Arsenal to play the ball at that moment. They had lots of players in the forward regions. So United got pushed behind by this high pressing, risk-taking of Arsenal. Arsenal had almost no one staying back at this point. So Sandberg was getting now overloaded with Manum and Kelly playing 1-2s. And you can see on the 47th minute that Skinner made 2 subs to try to relieve this pressure. Skinner put on BZ, who seemed to have had a knock, and Terreland for Malad, who was exhausted for playing up front alone due to all the fatigue in the team. Everything was leading to this at the moment. Zigiotti went to right back now, Narsund in the 8th position, and at this point I was livid because Toon, who was clearly fatigued since the kickoff, it was clear Toon was not running, was kept on the pitch with no legs left to give. It was obvious. Terreland helped a bit in holding the ball when United got it, because she has the physicality to let the defender come in, hold the ball, wait for the midfielders and the wingers to get up front and try to play. So at this point, United were playing something like 4-5-1 or 4-1-4-1, something like that. So on the 2nd minute, Rolfo was substituted by Gabby George, and this time Gabby George went to help Sandberg, who was being overloaded by Arsenal players. Now United went to 5-4-1, and because Arsenal had almost every midfielder playing like a 10, this is what United were trying to do. They were trying to prevent Arsenal running in behind and trying to overload the wings. So they went to 5 defenders. So United were tired visibly, but I don't understand why they didn't even try to force errors from Arsenal's keeper, who we have seen that she can make errors when she's pressed high. And again, this tool of pressing high is what Skinner has used before in the Champions League, or even before, like in the game versus City last season, where playing these teams good on the ball, when you try to press them, you can delay the movements, can distort their systems. So I didn't understand the fact that we didn't press. I know the tiredness thing, but I didn't understand, because you can see on the 86th minute, Van Domsela almost made an error when United tried to press even little. So you can see if United were committed to pressing, maybe there were going to be lots of errors and chances from just pressing. So towards the end of the game, United got a chance due to Arsenal committing a lot of bodies forward. So towards the end, United got a chance due to Arsenal committing a lot of forward bodies, but Yatoon rushed to shoot a shot which didn't even go on target, a shot which looked tired, like the players looked tired. So at the end, Rachel Williams came on, and at this point it was very certainly looking like a draw. So Rachel Williams came in, which was like adding physicality into the midfield. And suddenly United were pressing high towards the final seconds of the match. But again, they didn't look attacking minded. Whenever they got the ball, they just passed it back to make Arsenal players moving, running the clock down. So the match finally ended up in a stalemate, a near draw. As a conclusion, this match was more physical, which United answered it with being close, compact, playing passive due to their tired legs, tight schedule, thin squad, and all the things associated with this. So the defenders on both sides ended up shining and becoming almost player of the match. So Tweedy's choice ended up becoming the player of the match due to the saves she did. But I myself didn't like watching this match. I don't enjoy watching my team playing underdog at home, not pressing, allowing the opponents to get through you, playing into your half. It's not an entertaining thing to watch, even though you can somehow understand the reasons behind trying to play with tired legs, tight schedule, thin squad and everything. So that's it. That's how I saw the match. Tactical wise, even though because there's no goals and the match was tight, there's not lots of patterns. Instead, there's blocks and all these excuses we were giving to play like this. So if you stuck with me till the end, thank you. And if you want to see more of my tactical review videos about Manchester United women matches throughout the season, give this a like and a comment. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.